Hello FlossTube, my name is Leann and I am leann.stitches here on YouTube and on Instagram. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook as Forbidden Fiber Co. Today is Friday, May 10th, 2024, and this is my 39th FlossTube. It's been right around 4 weeks since my last video. I had tried to come back sooner, but I had a stitching goal, and so instead of filming and editing and doing all that, I decided to keep reaching for my goal, and I'm really excited to show you that today. So first, I do have one thing of business. On FlossTube number 38, I did have a giveaway for this cross-stitch kit from Forbidden Fiber Co. And I did pick a winner. Thank you for everyone who commented using the word Stitcher. The winner is Anna. I'm not even going to try to mispronounce your last name, so I'm just going to put it up on the screen. If you would like to email me at leann.stitches@gmail.com and give me your address, I can send this out to you. You can also reach out to me on Instagram, whichever way you're most comfortable with. So thank you for entering, and I hope you like your kit. Okay, normally when I'm doing a quote-unquote normal stitch rotation, I always start with Marvel Heroes because I'm really trying to finish this piece to give to my husband. He's pretty sure his 45th birthday was yesterday, and he thinks that he might get it by his 50th birthday. So I'm trying to get it to him a little bit sooner than that. So if you're not familiar with it, if it's your first time watching me, thank you for visiting. This is Marvel Heroes. I bought it by Popular Cross Stitch on Etsy. They are no longer open. I'm sure you can find it with some other Etsy shop or some other cross stitch charter, whatever that word is. Words are hard. I'm really tired. It's May, which means that school schedules are insane and we're moving the studio and I'm really tired. Okay, anyway, this is Marvel Heroes. And I got a page finish. Here's the whole row of pages. I'm not really sure what before picture I have, so I'm just gonna give you a whole bunch of views. But there is the whole page, and I finished, it was a full page and a partial page over here. And I have been working on this page and partial page for 2 years, and I'm so excited to finally have it done. And the best part about it is that I finally got the pattern into Pattern Keeper. It doesn't read the pattern. It won't search for symbols or anything, but I can finally see the whole pattern, which means I can work down when I pick a color and start stitching. I can keep stitching instead of having to finish it at the bottom of the page. And that it makes it take longer for a page finish because I'm finishing a whole lot of extra stuff. But it makes stitching a whole lot more fun because I'm not constantly starting and stopping threads that I could have kept going. So there's a close-up on that. And I'm very excited. I'm somewhere around like 55% done now, I think. I stitched on that nonstop for a week and a half, and then I took a break to do some of my kids' pieces, and then I went back to it and stitched on it for another 3 or 4 days. I got somewhere around 3 or 4 or 5,000 stitches. I don't even know. I wrote it all down and then left it in my bedroom when I came into film. So, and I didn't always write down how many stitches per day I was doing because usually I was just stitching until I was so tired I needed to go to bed, and then I went to bed and forgot to read the number off Pattern Keeper. But it was a lot of stitching, and I'm really excited. And I should be stitching on it right now to start the next page, but it's May, and I've been kind of doing a little bit of Mirabilia May, so I haven't yet, but that's my goal for this month, is to start the next page. We'll see if it happens. So like I just said, Mirabilia May. The next pattern I have to show you is Miss Christmas Eve. And I started this with Sarah from Memphis, Sarah E, Christmas Eve 2022. And she finished this for Mirabilia May last year. And I was supposed to finish it by Christmas Eve, and we were gonna start I think it's the Hollyberry Fairy or Holly Fairy or something like that by Bella Filipina. We were going to start that on Christmas Eve, but I just couldn't make it happen. And Sarah had some other stitching goals she was working on. So it's my goal to finish her this month. And that is why I haven't been stitching on Marvel during its normal days. And I am so excited with where this piece is at. It's going to curl a little bit, but there she is. I have finished all of the full crosses except for about 10 random stitches that I found missing as I've been beading, and I have started on the beading. There are 1,200 beads on this piece. I kid you not, it's insane. I have just under 800 of those beads done, and I have 465 beads to go. And I feel like you can barely see any of them. So there's a bunch of beads in those little fronds coming out of her headpiece. And then you can see all those gold beads too. And then I still have to put some of the beads that wrap around her arms. Last night I just did the gold beads last night, and also these little orange beads that you can see in there. There's gold beads along her glove. Look at all those. I really can't wait to put the bugle beads in these little parts. There's 15 of them. And that's a mistake I have to rip out. These 2 stitches and those 2 stitches shouldn't be there. They should be more in the middle. So that's the next thing I have to do actually. But look, all those beads. It's so pretty. And there's all these little, you can still see some of the holes in here. All of these are filled in with beads. You can kind of see the purple ones in there. So it's like the first 400 beads or so that I did, you can't even see because they're just, you can't see unless you're really looking because they just blend in with all those little sashes, but she is so pretty. And even better than that, so this is 28 count Calacatta Gold from Forbidden Fiber Co. Sarah was watching Teresa Little Stitcher, and she had just come back from a stitching retreat, and she had filmed the brag table, and on it was Miss Christmas Eve on a piece of fabric that looked a lot like this, and Sarah just fell in love with it, and she showed it to me. And I had been looking at Miss Christmas Eve for a while, but she just didn't really captivate me until I saw this one that Sarah pointed out to me, and she's like, I want you to dye some fabric like that. And so it took me a good 4 or 5 tries to get it right, and finally I loved that one. And then Sarah wasn't quite happy with how much modeling. She wanted a little less modeling, so I did another batch for her. And that's the only time I'd ever dyed this fabric. And it went up in the shop and we sold out of it. We mostly, we brought some of it to Nashville in 2023, and we sold out of all of it there. And so I've been getting requests for it because Sarah's been showing off her piece, and then Gary and Ronnie from Caron Stitchery bought a ton of it at Nashville, and so they've been showing it off, and then now I've been showing off Miss Christmas Eve again, and so I've been getting a ton of requests for it. But the problem is the yellow dye that we were using, my dye supplier discontinued the base yellow that I used to mix that color, and so I'm like, I have to reformulate it. I just can't dye it anymore. And so last Wednesday, Tuesday, somewhere around there, Charity, who does a lot of our fabric dyeing, almost all of our fabric dyeing, if I'm being honest, she and I buckled down and we remixed some dyes, we reformulated, we redesigned how the colorway gets dyed, just how it gets scrunched and what pans to put it in and what colors and all of that technical dye stuff, and we got it. So the only thing we have left to do is we have to figure out how to dye it in a full yard so that it can go to an LNS, because that's how we ship fabric to LNSs usually, is in a full yard. So we just have to see how we can translate it from a quarter yard into a full yard, and then we'll have it again, and I'm so excited. So anyway, long story short, that is 28 count Calacatta Gold by Forbidden Fiber Co., and it will be available in the shop soon. Okay. The next piece I have to show you is Mini Realm of Enchantment. The artwork is by Ann Stokes, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is retired. It's no longer available. I want to say that Ann Stokes is not available by HAED at all anymore. I think they retired her, but I'm pretty sure some of the other full coverage cross stitch shops have picked her up, and so you should see her work start popping up again. I think Ann Stokes is among those designers. So there she is. And here's where I got, she's still in the Q snap because I'm mostly, I've got some stitching down here on the bottom, but I've been working my way up to the top and I finally made it up there. I don't know if that's the tippy top, but it's pretty close. And yeah, I've just been working my way up to the top because I was thinking about starting to go across, but I'm really loving seeing the fairy's wings take shape. So I might just make it to the top and then come back in and stitch the fairy, but I don't know. This piece is for my daughter Noelle, so maybe I'll ask her what she wants me to do. Maybe she does want to see the fairy. But yeah, I have no idea how many stitches I stitched. I probably stitched on it for 1 or 2 days. And like I said, worked in these greens. I stitched a lot of greens. The next piece I have is The Moons of 2022 by Kathy Barrick. And I stitch on this usually 1 or 2 nights during the full moon. I think I only got 1 night on it this month. I've been doing a lot of knitting for sample knits and designing for different clubs and stuff for work. So I haven't had as much stitching time in the last month as I normally would. So here's where I'm at. I want to say I filled in the rest of this hill and then I started on the tree. And I tried really hard to get that tree done, but that's where I think I only ended up having 1 night. So yeah, there she is. I love stitching on this. And I didn't have any plans to make it a finish or anything like that. And I really don't think I'll finish it this year because of all that thick stitching in there. But maybe next year it'll be on my finish list. We'll see. The last piece I have to show you, like I said, I really didn't stitch on a whole lot of pieces this month, is Anna and Elsa by AvroraCS. Oh, this, Full Moons. I've been really, did I tell you anything other than Calacatta Gold? Is stitched on, tired, remember tired. Just give me a little bit of grace today, okay? It's stitched on a piece of 32 count even weave of some sort that I dyed up when I was first learning how to dye fabric. The closest color we have to it currently is Vintage Doily, which should be, I don't think it's in the shop right now. It was one of our Nashville releases. It should be coming to the shop next month. It's just a really pretty off-white with a very light pink undertones. Okay, AvroraCS. Anna and Elsa. AvroraCS is on Etsy. She has a lot of these really pretty stained glass pieces. And here's where I got. And again, I don't really remember what I worked on. Nope. There we go. That makes more sense. I know I did some blues because I started in on Elsa. I feel like I did some of Anna's hair, but I really don't remember. So just maybe look at the other picture that I put up to show the comparison. This is what happens when you spend 4 weeks in between filming. You don't remember what you did, because I worked on this 2 weeks ago. But yeah, I have a lot of fun stitching on this, and it's not mindless because they're still counting, but it's block stitching with a little bit of counting, and that's kind of like when I'm tired, that's what I really enjoy stitching on. So yeah. That's all of my WIPs I have to show you. Plans for this month are, I really want to finish Miss Christmas Eve. I have to do a model stitch that's going to take a lot of my time. I haven't done my Sir Thomas stitching this month, and I don't know if I'm going to get to it before the end of the month. I have a feeling that my model stitch is going to override all of my full coverage family pieces that I'm doing, the Enchanted Realm, Anna and Elsa, and then Sakura Garden for my son that I didn't even work on last month. I probably won't get to work on it this month either. And we'll see. My immediate goal is finish Miss Christmas Eve, then my model stitch. And if I finish the model stitch, we'll see if I'm gonna work on any of my full coverage pieces this month, because I'd really like to finish my New Year's Eve fairy. She's got probably a solid week on her, and I don't know if I have that much time left. If I don't finish her this month, I'll work on her next month for my week and a half or so that I have to focus on something that I want to finish. Because, let's get into haul real fast. I bought the pack for Sunflower Fairy, which is a Mirabilia chart that's available on Hirschner's. I didn't feel like getting out my big bin of patterns to dig her out, so I'll put a picture up here or up there or wherever I put it. She's the other piece available by Hirschner's, like the Trick or Treat Fairy that I finished last year. And Zan from Crazy Band Lady Stitches wants to stitch her, and she's not big into Mirabilia, so I'm really excited. And I told her I would stitch it with her, but I really want to finish Miss Christmas Eve and the New Year's Eve Fairy before I start another Mirabilia, because I still have Royal Holiday and Touching the Autumn Sky. I still have those on the go, so that means I have 4 on the go right now. I really want to finish 2 before I start another one. We'll see though. So that's a little bit of haul. I got this from Mindy Daigle. She runs some of the Mirabilia groups on Facebook, and she always has kits, and she ships really fast. So that's that piece of haul. I got the next in the Fabulous House series, which is Hobbit House, and I was so sure I wanted to start the greenhouse last month as my first piece, and now I might have to start them both. And then the newest one, I don't remember what the newest one is, but it's equally as amazing, because Cottage Garden Samplings is just amazing. And then Sarah, Memphis Sarah E, was asking Zan and I for opinions for her StitchCon Small. And one of the choices was this, Believe in Magic. Oh, Believe in the Magic of Christmas. It's by Abby Rose Designs. And I fell in love with it. And I'm not going to tell you which design she picked of the one she showed us and if this is the one she's stitching, because she might get mad at me. But I fell in love with it and I had to have it. And I went down a rabbit hole on 1, 2, 3 Stitch, because you can't just buy one chart. So I also bought Springtime, also by Abby Rose. And I loved the house and the bird. And yeah, I have no idea when I'll stitch it or if I'll stitch it, but a chart can't travel alone. So, and then also in the Things Can't Travel Alone, one of the Krynics I was waiting for to kit up some, the reindeer from Mirabilia. I've been trying to kit those up slowly because I want to do all of the reindeer plus Santa's sled on one single piece. I showed them in one of my videos last year when I bought them as haul, but one of the Krynics that I was waiting for Santa's sleigh came in, and again, I couldn't pay 1, 2, 3 Stitches shipping is really reasonable, but I couldn't see myself paying $3.50 shipping for just a single thing of Krynics. So I bought Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow, because when we finish Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, Sarah wants to start this one, and I wasn't a big fan until I saw it at Keepsakes at StitchCon, and I knew I was going to stitch it. But I also have Farms at Hawk Run Hollow, and that's the one I'm going to finish, or that's the one I'm going to start when I finish Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, and then when Sarah finishes Halloween, we'll start Christmas. We'll see. We have so many other things we're starting, and so many, well, when we finish this, we'll start this, and when we finish this, we'll start this, and I don't know where we are anymore. I just kind of go along with whatever Sarah tells me we're working on. So at some point, we're going to start that. And then I had to order something from Yarn Tree. I don't remember what it was. And I have been eyeing this since market last year. And then Sarah started stitching it, and I had to have it. And this quote, live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink in the wild air. I actually used that quote on one of my designs. And so I just love that she used it too, and it makes me want to stitch it that much more. And I mean, Leela is, I'm not even in the same atmosphere as her when it comes to designing, so hers is way more intricate and beautiful. Mine is much more simple and modern. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to start this at some point. Who knows what. Anyway, I think that's all my haul. I don't know. Caron Stitchery posted something yesterday, and I came this close. Oh, it's the new, one of the new fairy tale fancy ladies by Bella Filipina. Bella Filipina has been doing some princess designs, and they posted a kit, and I came this close to buying the beads and the fancy floss and all that, but Sarah and Zan and I are taking a very short girls trip down to Alabama in July to go visit their new brick and mortar store. And so I think I'm just going to see if they have it when we go down there and see if they have the other one, because there's 2 designs that I've seen so far. I think it's Alice in Wonderland, and then I want to say it's Sleeping Beauty. I'm going to post a picture up here because it's going to drive me crazy when I'm editing if I don't. So there's that. And then shop news, if y'all are interested. Today is May 12th and Mother's Day is on Sunday, and usually Mother's Day weekend is when we release our 13 Days of Halloween box. So that goes up for pre-order today. I have no idea what time I'm gonna get this video posted. It seems to be pretty short right now. It's 22 minutes, and I know there's a bunch of stuff I have to cut out at the beginning, all those false starts and everything. So I should have it posted by this afternoon, but today we are releasing our 13 Days of Halloween box. Last year we did Clue, and we did a murder mystery game where you, every day you opened your yarn or your cross stitch, and it was a clue as if you were playing the game, and it was like you were drawing a card and finding out who didn't do it or what room it wasn't in. And at the end, everybody had all of the clues, but there were 2 or 3 people, 2 or 3 rooms, and 2 or 3 weapons still left. And so everybody guessed and posted their guesses with their projects on social media, and it was so much fun. I have never had as much fun watching everybody open a box and stitch along and knit along and crochet along. And it was amazing. So this year, we're doing The Goonies, which if you don't know, is a movie from 1985, and it is cult classic, amazing, just so much fun. And the whole premise behind The Goonies is that they're on a treasure hunt to find One-Eyed Willie's fortune. So this year for Halloween, we are going on a treasure hunt, and it's going to be a puzzling adventure, if that's any clue. And so every day, we're not going to do a mystery sal like we did last year, where every day you open a skein of floss and you also open a piece of the pattern. You get the full pattern, but it only includes the symbols of the flosses that you've opened so far. So day 1, there's literally only 1 symbol on the whole chart. And then day 2, there's 2 symbols on the whole chart, and it's only the floss you've opened so far. And so you reveal the pattern bit by bit. This year, we're going back to how we normally do it, and you'll get the full pattern right out of the gate, but it's going to be printed in black and white. And so you won't know what colors are used in it or where they're used. And so every day you'll open your color of floss, or if you're a knitter or crocheter, you'll open your yarn. And then you'll get to see, where that, you can match it to the symbol and see where it's stitched on, and stitch along with us if you so choose. And you'll also get some sort of clue to some sort of treasure map that will help you find One-Eyed Willie's treasure. And we finalized the concept this past week and picked out all of our extras that are going into the box, and we're doing a lot more big extras this time around than we've ever done before, and I am so excited. So those go up for sale. The official shop update starts at 4 p.m. Central Time. However, I usually, in order to get everything ready, I usually have things up a little bit earlier than that. Just a little tiny clue. If you follow us on social media or wait for those emails, I usually have things up around 3 or 3:30 so we can test everything and make sure it works. So look for that today. Pre-orders start 4 p.m. Central-ish, and we'll go for about a month or 2, and then we'll have to cut it off. We'll probably have to cut it off at the end of June so we can start ordering things, and we will ship at the end of August for an October 1st start. I'm so excited, you guys. And Kelly is designing the pattern, and it's beautiful. Not beautiful. It's not beautiful. It's fun. And so yeah. And then other shop news, nothing really else going on. We have something really fun coming next week as well. One of our little kits. It's going to be the first in a series of at least 4. And we still have some Wicked kits up for sale. They're going to be shipping next week. It's going to be our last run on the Wicked patterns. I think we have some 28 Lugana and 32 linen still up for sale. It's going to be our last Wicked run until we actually release the pattern in the shop. And You could probably look around on social media to find it. I'm not going to post it here, but I loved the design so much that I ran home and model stitched it, and I spent all weekend. One of the reasons why I don't have as much to show you, I spent all weekend model stitching it because I just loved it that much and I had to see it stitched up. So if you've been on the fence about that, I promise you it's amazing. So go grab one. I think we have 6 left. That's it for me today. I have to bake my husband's birthday cake, and I think we're gonna go out to lunch, and I have to help my mom fix a little knitted stuffed animal for someone at church. And yeah, I think that's it for today. For plans, oh, that's making me tired. Okay, I hope you're having a good week. It's Friday, so I hope you had a good week. I hope you have some fun weekend plans, whether or not you celebrate Mother's Day. And I will see you next time. Bye.